All right. Good evening, nerds around the world. Welcome to episode 141 of the Nerds Unite as One podcast. I'm Paul English, your host, and it's our last show of the year. You know what that means. We're looking ahead to the future and counting down the top 10 most anticipated films of 2019. I promise you we're not going to take up a whole 2 hours of your time like you did last week. So to help out with this, I have another full house, which is always fun. A group of regulars, you know them by now. It's Chris, Colton, Jack, Mike. How are you, boys?
Hey, everyone.
And joining us here, it is Chris's friend, Mike Beer. What's going on?
Nothing much. Doing about as well as you can when your favorite college football team gets embarrassed on national television. But, I had a couple hours to, just cry it out. So, doing pretty well.
I know a thing or two about that. Okay, let's jump in. Here we go. I'm not going to waste time. Here we go. Chris, I'm starting with you. Let's jump in. What is your 10th most anticipated film of 2019?
My 10th most anticipated film of 2019 is Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, not a fan of the first Godzilla. I like it, but I'm not like an overall big fan of it. I'm just a big fan of it. But this seems 10 times better. You got all the monsters. You got just like it has a bigger scope. Of course, it has a great cast. Kyle Chandler, you have Ken Watanabe, who was in the first one. He's going to be back in this. Of course, you have Millie Bobby Brown, who is sensational on Stranger Things. It's just a big monster fest right here. It's just like it looks delightful. It looks very delightful. It looks like it has like better characterizations, the better overall storyline than the first 2014 Godzilla. I think this could be a significant improvement. So number 10 on my list is Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Okay. Colton, what's number 10 on your list?
Number 10 on my list is The Kid Who Would Be King. And the reason it made the list is because the premise is something that could either be really stupid or really awesome, and I'm hoping for the latter. It's a bit of a Hail Mary film for me. But the premise is basically what would happen if a bunch of children inherited the mantle of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. It sounds like it'll be a really fun ride, and it can't be any worse than how, the last time we saw King Arthur in action, which was in Transformers: The Last Knight. And stop shaking your head, Mike. That's very distracting.
Sounds like the plot to a 90s Warner Brothers film, though. That's the problem. Sounds like what was the name? Quest for Camelot? Sounds a little like that.
Last Night. Well, yeah. It will probably be dumb, but it's my Hail Mary. It's my one Hail Mary movie for the year. And it's starring the son of Andy Serkis. So how could we go wrong with that? But anyway, number 10 on my list is The Kid Who Would Be King.
Okay, Jack, what's number 10 on your list?
You guys give me some shit for this, but not as much as The Kid Who Would Be King. Frozen 2.
Okay.
Not bad.
Frozen was a good movie. So
I really enjoyed the first one. I've been waiting a while for the sequel. I'm still mad at Wreck-It Ralph 2 for what they did.
Oh.
Okay.
Has anyone seen that?
All right.
They rickroll you. They said, here's a sneak peek, and it's
I haven't seen the movie, so don't spoil it.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for this movie. We don't really have any details on it, except, the original cast is returning. And we haven't had a trailer or anything, so I'm just excited. And I'll be more excited when we actually see some footage.
Okay, Matt, number 10 on your list.
All right. I might get some crap for this too, but after struggling between a lot of movies, that could be number 10, because next year is going to be awesome for movies. My number 10 is actually going to be Aladdin. Aladdin, to me, it's based on it's obviously the remake of my favorite animated movie of all time, even over The Lion King. I feel like what they're doing, it's enough to make it feel a little different compared to the original Aladdin without, being bad in a way. Yeah, Will Smith, seeing his first look of the genie wasn't the best, but that's not how he's going to look the entire movie. But, I just have confidence in Guy Ritchie. Besides King Arthur, he's had a really good track record to me.
Okay, all right. Mike, number 10 on your list is?
Well, again, not number 10, but the first one that's coming out, I'm just doing mine chronologically, is Lego Movie 2, the second part. because
Okay.
I love the first Lego movie. I thought it was fantastic. I love the Lego Batman movie. I love Lego Ninjago movie as well. And the trailers have been really funny, so I just can't wait to see what more they got for us.
All right. Number 10 on my list is X-Men Dark Phoenix. I know Apocalypse was a shit show, but I mean, I've got a little goodwill from Deadpool 2. Well, and if I could be wrong with this, but I think this might be the final X-Men movie that Fox does before the buyout from Disney is complete. So I'm curious to see if they're gonna go all out with this. So we'll see. It's still the X-Men, and even though Apocalypse sucked, First Class and Days of Future Past is some of my favorite comic book films. So we'll see how they handle it this time around. But yeah, number 10. All right, Chris, number 9 on your list would be?
Now, my number 9 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I love the work. This is from Quentin Tarantino. I love the works of Quentin Tarantino. I know some people, I know his last film, The Hateful Eight, didn't get he got raveable, although not rave response. But I'm pretty much looking forward to this one. This is but you can look at the cast. You should talk about the cast of this. He was. You got, of course, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kurt Russell, and you got Al Pacino. You got major heavy hitters in this. It centers around the Helter Skelter reign of terror in 1969 Los Angeles. This pretty this pretty tailor made for Tarantino. Chapter and premise like this. I really don't expect. I don't expect any less for him. I have hope that this movie is going to be another gem in his. In this canon of films. So number 9 on my list is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, Colton, number 9 on your list is?
Number 9 on my list is Fighting with My Family, which is basically a biographical film about wrestlers. Where how could you go wrong about that? Which starring The Rock as himself. So at the very least, that'll be entertaining and what have you. But I really do enjoy movies that are about looking back at what goes on behind the curtain, I guess, and the entertainment industry and what have you. And wrestling is something I haven't really looked into too much before, so this might actually be pretty cool. Again, it's sort of a bit of a Hail Mary film, but I think this might have a better chance of being good compared to The Katie Would Be King, but that remains to be seen. But the trailers have me interested so far, especially how The Rock is the way he shouts at the main lead and what have you about how, as a way of giving them advice and everything, he has just the right amount of enthusiasm and what have you. So number 9 on my list is Fighting with My Family.
Okay, Jack, number 9 on your list is?
Artemis Fowl.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is a book series that I love. So I'm very excited that it's finally getting a movie. And it's directed by the great director Kenneth Branagh, who did the original Thor, and more recently Murder on the Orient Express, which I really like. The trailer didn't give us much, but it was a teaser trailer. The movie's not till August, so they have time. But I'm just excited to see this on the big screen.
Okay, Matt, what's number 9 on your list?
My number 9 is Glass, of course, from M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. He's colliding both Unbreakable and Split's worlds into one, and I can't wait. The trailers have been awesome. Seeing James McAvoy back in this role, but seeing more of the Beast this time around is really cool. Bruce Willis actually looks like he's caring about a movie role, so when he cares about a movie role, that usually means something good. So Glass is my number 9.
Okay, Mike, what's number 9 on your list?
March is giving us Captain Marvel. What more do we really need to say about Captain Marvel?
No.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this movie since they first announced that Marvel movies were coming. I've been a fan of Captain Marvel ever since she was Miss Marvel in the 70s. So to see her finally on the big screen, I cannot wait.
Okay. Number 9 on my list is the live-action Aladdin. And listen, when it comes to Disney films, Aladdin is... That and Robin Hood are my all-time favorites. I love these movies. I love Aladdin. The only reason it's so low is because I haven't seen a full-fledged trailer. I think a lot of this movie is really going to depend on how much I buy Will Smith as the genie. So I need to see him in action first. But otherwise, we'll see. If he gives a damn about this, I think this film will be really special. If he's just taking a paycheck, this film's going to go down in flame. But we'll see. We'll see how this holds up. So yeah, number 9 is Aladdin. All right, Chris, number 8 on your list is?
My number 8 is Us from Jordan Peele. Yeah, I mean, Jordan Peele he really made a sensation with Get Out in 2017. I mean, it too much. The film was nominated for Oscars. He won best Oscar Best Original Screenplay for that. I mean, he's going to be on, and this is going to be. Hopefully, this is going to be hit on the up and coming because Alice really looks very inventive and very imaginative when it comes to horror movies. I mean, most horror movies are just nowadays rely on cheap scares and supposed like this doesn't look like that. It looks something different from. I mean, it's basically a family finding shadow versions of themselves. It's like this couldn't be bad. I mean, it looks like something fresh. I mean, I'm very much looking forward to this. So number 8 is on my list is Us.
Colton, what's number 8 on your list?
Detective Pikachu. This could finally be the video game movie we've been waiting for. I mean, sure, I had never played Detective Pikachu the game before, but the trailers, it's really got me hooked. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, the man can currently do no wrong right now, and I love how his banter with the main character, and it also looks like I also love how Pikachu looks in the rest of the Pokemon. Like, it doesn't look like it's totally Uncanny Valley. It actually looks pretty solid. It looks like it'll be a pretty good way of bringing. I like how they're not like trying to be uber serious like some of the other video game films we've had. This one it looks like it's just gonna be a very fun time, you know, and a lot of good banters and some good effects that will look good in live action rather than looking awkward. So number 8 on my list is Detective Pikachu.
I saw that, Chris. You try any verbal shit like that, I'll shut you up. Jack, number 8 on your list is?
You sucks.
Number 8 on my list is Zombieland 2.
Zombieland 2 is coming out next year?
Yes. Yeah. Finally. Which is a sequel I know I've been waiting for a while. And the original cast is returning. Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, and more importantly, Emma Stone.
Okay. Matt, number 8 on your list is?
Number 8 on my list is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. I would love for this to be a top 5, but like I said, there's so many great movies. The first How to Train Your Dragon I loved. The second one is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. So I'm very excited to see how they close out this trilogy. Yeah, I mean, I expect at least a really good movie, and that would put it at, the worst in the trilogy. So if that's the worst it's looking like it's going to be, that's a good sign to me.
Okay, Mike, number 8 on your list is?
Beginning of first week of April is giving us Shazam.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer blew the hell out of me. I mean, I went from, okay, I wonder what they're going to do with, I can't wait to see this movie. Zachary Levi is just fantastic in that role as kind of a big with superpowers. So I cannot wait for this movie. So yeah.
All right. Number 8 for me is Lego Movie 2, second part. I didn't jump on the bandwagon on the thing. I didn't think it was like the mega film a lot of people said it was, but I did enjoy it. It's a cute, fun, charming little movie. Same with the Lego Batman movie. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be just fine, especially with Chris Pratt, who can, like Ryan Reynolds right now, can do almost no wrong. I mean, aside from Jurassic World 2, but that's the only blip. He's doing pretty fucking good for himself. So yeah, Lego Movie 2. That's number 8 on my list. All right, number 7 on Chris's list would be.
Yeah, it's a kind of a tie. I mean, I know this is a hard list to hash out. I'll get through this. It's my tie to number 7 is Aladdin and The Lion King, the live action remakes. I just couldn't choose which. I'm both equally excited for these, in terms of anticipating these movies. Aladdin, I mean, hopefully, it was like a film that's going to add a little more to the original. Like Beauty and the Beast, which felt superfluous and extraneous in terms of adding to a story. I mean, I'm eager to see what this cast will pull off. Naomi Scott. I'm still not on board with Will Smith as the genie, but this looks like. I mean, I'm thinking this could be a rousing and epic and pretty dazzling interpretation. And The Lion King is just I love what Jon Favreau did with the Jungle Book. I think he's tailor-made. He's just suited perfectly bring Lion King as a live action adaptation. The cast: Donald Glover, Seth Rogen, Beyonce Knowles, and also they got back James Earl Jones as the voice of Mufasa. Oh my God, I'm so amped for these two.
Do not orgasm on this screen, please.
I'm pretty psyched for both of them. So number 7 on my list, tied at that position, is both Aladdin and The Lion King.
All right, Colton would be number 7's pick.
Captain Marvel. So, two things I love are superheroes and space, and this movie combines them both, so where can we go wrong? And I also love how the trailers are sort of depicting Captain Marvel as having a bit in common with Captain America, where she's the I fall, but I'm going to get right back up sort of type, so the effects look cool, and I like how it's sort of the idea that they're going for, where it's like, she kind of like a reverse Star-Lord sort of, where she gets kidnapped by aliens, but she doesn't know she doesn't realize she was an alien. She had a life on Earth, so I'm looking forward to seeing, her sort of coming to that, how that sort of story will play out. And her dynamic, looks like she's going to have a fun dynamic with Nick Fury also, and like the de-aging technology, it's great. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other sort of, pretty cool effects we'll be getting in this film. So overall, Captain Marvel is number 7.
Jack, what's number 7 on your list?
Number 7 on mine is Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Okay.
I wasn't a huge fan of the original, mostly because they cut out most of the action and they showed it on TV. But this one seems like we're finally going to get the action we deserve. We're finally going to get the monster fights we deserve. And it's all leading up to Kong versus Godzilla. So I'm excited.
Okay, Matt, number 7 on your list would be?
Number 7 on my list will be The Lion King. I love what Jon Favreau has done his entire film career. I liked Iron Man 2. Didn't love it, but you know what? There's some promise in that movie. But what he did with The Jungle Book's great. You got a great cast in this movie. It's going to have that nostalgia feel to it. You're going to get all the classic feels from the original Lion King, and I know he's going to insert new things into it, but not too much to make it feel different. There's already going to be a new song or two, I believe, in this movie. I'm just sad. What Scar's song? I'm so sad I don't know it. Yeah, Be Prepared. I'm so sad. I'm sad that's not in it. I blanked it out for some reason, but yeah, Lion King's number 7.
All right, Mike. What do you have for number 7?
Yeah, again, I'm going chronologically, so this is not my number 1 pick, but it's Avengers Endgame. It's the end of May, end of April. And it's freaking Avengers Endgame. Enough said.
True, that's true. All right, number 7 on my list. And normally I get really sad when Caleb's not here because, he is our founder. But for one instance, I'm glad he's not, because if he heard that, he'd reach through the screen and strangle me for putting it this low. Number 7, I got Toy Story 4. The only reason it's that low is because all I've seen is a teaser trailer. I need to see more, but there's just so much good stuff coming out next year. It was hard to keep much higher. But yeah, if I had a full trailer at this point, it'd probably be like number 4 or number 3. But as of right now, yeah, it's number 7.
It's not on my list.
Good thing Caleb's not here. Okay, Chris, number 6 on your list is?
Number 6 on my list is Toy Story 4.
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah, like I said, the Toy Story films are probably one of my favorite films of all time. It's just everything about it's almost close. You can pretty much say it's kind of perfect. Excellent, the perfect. It's just like Tom Hanks, Woody, Tim Allen. Oh my God, those guys as Woody and Buzz. How could you not get a better duo than that? The track record speaks for itself. 3 films. All beloved, and I maybe my anticipation for this is kind of through the roof because of the fact that the first 3 films are so beloved. But I don't believe this could do anything wrong. I know they got a great story, that has still the great humor and the great adventure of the films. It's like I can't wait for it. I seriously cannot wait anymore. So number 7 on my list is Toy Story. Excuse me, number 6 on my list is Toy Story 4.
Colton, number 6 on your list is?
I'm upset, yeah, the beat to the by. Yep, it's
Little Mermaid.
Now, some may say The Lion King is going to be a redundant, nostalgic cash grab, but after seeing that trailer, I am fully on board. It looks like the movie is going to, even at its worst, it looks like this film is going to be told with the exact same scale and beauty of the original movie, and I just can't wait to see how it looks like in live action, because I feel like it will photorealistic CGI, I guess, rather than live action, but whatever.
Yeah, anything live
I
action.
feel like it will actually work to this movie's advantage compared to how it actually worked against Beauty and the Beast and what have you. And like I said, the movie looks gorgeous, and the performances, we've only heard one performance, that's being James Earl Jones, but it still sounds just as good as he did from the way back in the 90s and what have you. And I love the cast list we've got. It sounds like they've got a lot of talent. It looks like there's a lot of talent and effort going into this film. So I honestly can't wait to see how this movie turns out.
Well, considering how iconic the anime was, Disney better put a whole lot of effort into what they want if they don't want to have their headquarters burned down. All right, Jack, number 6 on your list is
Shazam!
okay.
I'm pretty excited for this one. I mean, finally, we're getting something comedic in the DC universe, which is what we badly needed. A change of pace from all the darkness. And it's going to be fun because it's a kid with superpowers. What more can you want?
Hey, what's up? I'm a superhero. All right, Matt, number 6 on your list will be.
My number 6 is going to be Spider-Man: Far From Home. We haven't seen a whole lot from this movie. I'm actually really excited to see a dusted Spider-Man take lead in this movie for the first time. Jake Gyllenhaal's in this movie as Magneto.
Mysterio.
Yeah, kill me. Mysterio. Thank you, Notre Dame, for doing this to me. But he's playing Mysterio in this movie. Obviously, the original cast is coming back from Homecoming. I'm excited to see Ned again. Tom Holland coming back. That's going to be awesome, of course. And this takes place, I believe, a few minutes after Avengers Endgame? So that adds a little more to it for me.
Okay, Mike, number 6 on your list would be?
Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Boo.
Shut up, Chris.
Hold on 1 second here.
I knew that was coming. All right, continue quickly.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, same thing with Shazam.
Nice plot, Chris.
This, shut up, Chris.
No.
Like with Shazam, this trailer just took me from I don't care about this movie to I'm really interested in this movie. Yeah, I mean, and so it's a good trailer. And yeah, what they did with Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, I was not expecting that. I'm thrilled to see it, and yeah, I cannot wait for this one. So yeah, that's on my list.
All right, number 6 on my list, and this is going to be the most controversial pick of all of I'm calling it right now. Number 6 is Star Wars 9. And yes, I know I have my intestines. I should be hung by my entrails for this, okay? I know.
I'm excited for this one. Maybe JJ can save the franchise.
Look.
Shut up.
I love Force Awakens, okay? I love Force Awakens. Rogue One arguably has the best climax in Star Wars history, but Star Wars has just been on a downhill for me the past couple of years. I mean, Last Jedi was such a disappointment. Still haven't seen Solo, and unless it shows up on Netflix, I probably won't see it. So, yeah, I'm ashamed of saying because I love Star Wars so much, but yeah, I couldn't put it with so many, with all the other films. It sunk. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. It's sunk. So yeah, number 6 is Star Wars 9. JJ, you better fucking deliver. Yeah, I know, Mike. I still haven't seen it. I still have not seen it. I don't think I will, unless it's on Netflix. Okay.
It's amazing.
Yes, it's freaking amazing. It is awesome.
It's good.
It is awesome.
Number 5 on your list would be.
Me? Tell me.
Yes, you.
Yes, go.
Spider-Man: Far From Home. And so, I mean, Homecoming was just a delight for me. Just Tom Holland, he's pretty much at the top of the list in terms of I mean, he's pretty much surpasses Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in terms of his portrayal of Spider-Man. He captures the essence of the character, tenacity, the earnestness, the courage.
He's done 1.5 movies, for God's sake. Stop doing that.
Oh my God! Come on,
you are drinking the Kool-Aid too much.
Shut up, first. As I was saying, yeah, pretty much Spider-Man Far From Home. It's got some intriguing things about it, especially with Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. But we don't really know much about this. I'm not sure it's going to be better than Homecoming. It could be, but I'm not really saying it. I'm not saying it might, but there's still. I'm nevertheless more eager to see this movie. So number 5 on my list is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Colton, number 5 on your list is?
We're going to need a bigger theater for this one. Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see this. Like, it's not the first time we've seen Godzilla being in a monster mash, because there was Godzilla Final Wars and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters before that. But it's great to see that how they're going to... But in those movies, it was just guys in rubber suits fighting each other, whereas in this, the CGI looks absolutely phenomenal. So I can't wait to see all these monsters throwing down, kicking butt, and seeing all this on the big screen. It looks like, yeah, they put a lot of effort into the effects. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is that they might go a little too far on the destruction porn, because, I mean, we have, 5 or so, maybe more monsters going at it. It's like the world is probably going to be a smoldering pile of ash by the time they're through with it. But the spectacle definitely looks like it's going to be worth it. And I also love how Kim Watanabe is like, the woman's like, so we're going to make Godzilla our pet? And it's like, no, we will be his.
Jack, what's number 5 on your list?
My number 5 is John Wick, Chapter 3.
Okay.
I am really excited for this movie after John Wick 2, with the way it ended, with him being basically on the run. I mean, he's got no help now. He's all on his own, and everybody's out to get him. But at least he has a dog with him. And I'm excited to see him kick some more ass.
Matt, number 5 on your list is?
John Wick.
Number 5 on my list is You Are My Friend, which is the Mr. Rogers biopic movie starring Tom Hanks. We don't know much about it. We know it's going to be about Mr. Rogers, but Won't You Be My Neighbor really helps this case. Mr. Rogers, it's a wholesome movie. It's going to be so wholesome. Sorry, Chris?
Isn't that the name of the document? Isn't that the title of the document? Oh, wait, Won't You?
No.
Won't You Be My Neighbor is a documentary, yeah.
My Neighbor.
The movie is actually going to be called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
I'll say that, yeah.
Oh, well, Rotten Tomatoes told me You Are My Friend, so I hate you, Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it is called You Are My Friend.
No, I just looked it up on Wikipedia. It was Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Okay.
All right. Either way, it is my number 5. It's going to be a very wholesome movie. It's going to be the movie I think that we'll need next year, and I do believe Tom Hanks may win another Academy Award for this movie, assuming it delivers.
That would not surprise me. Okay, Mike, number 5 on your list is?
The next one coming out after Pokemon is Aladdin. I love Disney movies. Aladdin and Lion King both kind of bounce back and forth. It was my number 1 animated movie of all time. With this one, obviously Will Smith is the biggest kind of question mark right now, but the fact is they had to do something completely different from Robin Williams. Otherwise, everybody would have, thrown a major hullabaloo. And so they went with Will Smith, and he's going to be completely different. And I'm okay with that. I think Guy Ritchie should be an interesting take on it. I'm still iffy on that one, but I'm interested enough to see what he brings to it. So, yeah. Next one I want to see is Aladdin.
I actually remember reading somewhere that before Robin Williams died, there was something in his will that basically forbade any studio from using any audio clip for future movies of his. So even if Disney wanted to use some of the unused audio clip from his recording from Aladdin, they wouldn't be able to.
I don't know how much faith I believe in that, but I'm fine with it anyway.
All right, number 5 on my list is Godzilla King of the Monsters. I wasn't hating the 2014 one as much as a lot of the people did. I tried watching the 54 film. I hated it. It was boring as hell. 98 one. I mean, say what you want about it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. All the monsters just going at it. I wish Eric was here. Like, this is the type of film that, you know, we could see in theater, just get like a huge thing of popcorn and just scream out "fuck yeah" every time Rodan and Mothra ram into each other. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So number 5, I got King of the Monsters. Hail to the king, baby. Number 4 on Chris's list would be.
Number 4 on my list is Captain Marvel. Yeah. I'm just pretty much eager to see this. Brie Larson, of course, she's been on the rise. And of course, she won an Academy. Of course, she won that Oscar. She won for Best Actress for Room. Yeah, it's just like, I mean, people are not really at this point. They're not really sure about her being cast. But I think she can. I have confidence that she'll excel in her portrayal. And of course, you got. But what stands out to me is the cast. I mean, Jude Law, Annette Bening. They're even bringing back Ronan the Accuser, who I felt was not one of the best Marvel villains. Of course, Leafcase. It's going to be coming back to portray the character. Of course, you got Samuel Jackson before he became the director. He could return as Nick Fury before he became the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. And hopefully, we'll find out how he lost that eye.
It's because of the cat.
Probably. All right. Colton, what's number 4 on your list?
Number 4 on my list is Happy Death Day to You. The original Happy Death Day was a surprise hit, so it looks like the sequel is going to have a lot of the same charm from the original, a lot of inventive deaths, while also making sure that we stay invested in the plight of our heroes. Like, I like how the trailer shows that it's like it's not just the main character, but everyone now that's being affected by this weird reverse death thing, Groundhog Death Day thing going on, what have you. So I'm looking forward to that. And probably the one thing from the trailer that really sold me was when the head of the sorority that the main character is a part of, she's like, "We're in crisis mode, Tree. Who's gonna rush us when we have a death curse on our house?" So yeah, Happy Death Day to You. I'm really looking forward to seeing seeing what they do more with this concept and having a good time.
Jack, what's number 4 on your list?
How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. The first 2 were great films. I got to go to New York Comic Con this year, and they showed off some exclusive footage and a new trailer, and it blew me away. I am super excited for this movie. This might be the best animated trilogy ever.
Okay, Matt, I think you're next. What's number 4 on your list?
Number 4 on my list is going to be The Irishman. Now, it's from, of course, the magnificent Martin Scorsese, who's in my top 3 favorite directors working today. I mean, you got Robert De Niro in this movie, Al Pacino, Harvey Keitel, and they were able to get Joe Pesci to come back when he said no to so many projects before. To me, if Joe Pesci is going to say yes to a movie, especially from a friend like Martin Scorsese, it has to be something special. It could have came out this year if they rushed it with the visual effects, because it's going to be CGI heavy, because they're going to have Robert De Niro and everybody else play a younger version of themselves, which is going to be something that could be really cool and could really be a big step forward for what Rogue One had and Tron Legacy had. So yeah, I mean, honestly, this could be another Oscar movie for Netflix. So I'm going to go with The Irishman.
Okay, Mike, what's number 4 on your list?
Yeah, my next one is Godzilla King of the Monsters.
All right.
I love the original. I love the 2014 Godzilla. I've been a fan of Godzilla since long before that. I actually really enjoy the 1954 Gojira as well.
I did too.
And yeah, I mean, just actually seeing a CG, full, massive King Ghidorah fight against Godzilla, dude, this is going to be a throwdown to top all throwdowns. And there are more monsters than the ones that we see in the trailer. They've confirmed that there's going to be a few more that we haven't seen yet.
What are your feelings on the 98 and the 98 version, Mike? I don't know.
Can we discuss this film?
No,
I don't. So shut the fuck up. All right. My number 4 on my list, and, if we got a full trailer out, it should have been number 2. If we had a full trailer, it'd be number 2. But number 4, I got Spider-Man: Far From Home. I mean, Homecoming, very good film. I'm curious to see the next step. I'm just my only hope for this film is if they actually mention Uncle Ben. I mean, they completely left that out, and I ranted about it in last week's episode. But I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. He's a villain they haven't done yet, and I'm sure he'll deliver. So yeah, Spider-Man: Far From Home, number 4. All right, Chris, number 3 on your list would be?
Number 3 on my list is The Irishman. Oh, my goodness. Martin Scorsese is truly one of the most extraordinary talents to ever come out of the world of cinema. Just look at this film, look at his canon of films. Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, Goodfellas. Just like masterwork. I mean, not really masterwork. Yeah, but yeah, he has created several masterworks. Yes, he has. And I expect no less from The Irishman. I mean, he's even come up with, this is his 9th collaboration with Robert De Niro. And he's going to be, and Al Pacino's going to be featured, Joe Pesci, Anna Paquin. This you got some major heavy hitters in this cast. Just like, I think, and this is most expensive project. Just like, it's about this labor union official with connections to the mob. He's recalling his involvement in the slaying Jimmy Hoffa. It's just like, Scorsese seems tailor-made to make this film. It's just like, I mean, come on. You can't really bet against Martin Scorsese. I mean, he's a legend, and I'm really eager to see this movie. So number 3 on my list is The Irishman.
Colton, what's number 3 on your list?
Avengers: Endgame. It's the end of the era, many years in the making, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. Everyone looks like they're in top form, and just from the little bit we got in the trailer, and just that opening bit with Tony makes you think that this is going to be Robert Downey Jr.'s best performance as Tony Stark. I can't wait to see what happens, and how everything pays off. And if it doesn't pay off, then I will throw 1,000 years of Creed Justice upon Marvel Studios and burn it to a score! And then Kevin Feige, I'm coming for you.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, I'm muting him on account of overacting.
No. That's just that. Okay, I don't. Okay, Jack, what's number 3 in your list?
My number 3 is Captain Marvel. I'm a huge fan of her from the comics. I'm excited to see her on the big screen. Plus, we got young Nick Fury and young Philip Coulson, who we haven't seen on the movie side for quite a while. Damn it! Come on, the TV and the movie division need to make friends and let Coulson appear again. And we're finally getting Skrulls. Does that mean we're hinting towards Secret Invasion for Phase 5? Who do you trust? I don't know.
All right. Matt, what's number 3 on your list?
Number 3, so many choices to choose, but I'm going to say it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is from another director that's in my top 3 favorite working today, Quentin Tarantino. I mean, look at the cast. We got Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Al Pacino, Tim Roth, Kurt Russell. There's so many great talents in this movie. I have yet to see a Quentin Tarantino movie that I have not liked. He's great with dialogue. I think he's going to handle the Manson murder thing very, very well. It's probably going to be like the Hitler stuff that was in Inglourious Basterds. And also, it's going to be really cool to see Hollywood around that time.
Mm-hmm. Mike, what's the next film on your list?
Next film for me is Spider-Man: Far From Home. I don't care that we haven't seen any footage yet. I love Spider-Man: Homecoming. I love the MCU. So yeah, give me what you got.
Number 3 on my list, Shazam. And for me, this is it. This is my last hope for the DCEU. I've been, aside from Wonder Woman, maybe Justice League, this has been such a disappointment. I have not seen Aquaman. I have little hope for it. Basically, everything is riding on this one film. If this film pans out, maybe they can bounce back. If not, then I'm ready to throw in the towel on the DCEU. So, but from what I saw from the trailer, it looks like they're going to deliver. This looks like a whole lot of fun. I'm watching Zachary Levi, and I'm like, that's how I'd act if I got superpowers. I think that's how we all act if we got superpowers. We'd be acting like that. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun, and I'm so excited for it. So, number 3 is, say the magic word, Shazam. Chris, number 2 is on your list.
Number 2 on my list is Knives Out. It is from the director of Looper and Star Wars The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson. Yes, I love Star Wars The Last Jedi, and I love Looper. I mean, Rian Johnson is, he from what I see, he's very inventive as a director, and this is said to be a contemporary version of the lockdown mansion murder mystery, inspired by Agatha Christie murder mystery novels. I'm thinking, this could be a lot. It seems like he can. I think he's tailor-made for this project. He's lent a lot of atmosphere and a lot of tension to this. It's just like, it looks like sounds like a project with real grit. I mean, come on, look at the cast. You got James Bond himself, Daniel Craig. You got Chris Evans, Michael Shannon, John Johnson. Yes, who doesn't love Sonny Crockett? Who doesn't love Sonny Crockett? Jamie Lee Curtis, Christopher Plummer. The legendary Christopher Plummer. Oh my God! All the projects coming out, the movies coming out in 2019. I'm eager to this because this seems like this could be a very, it could be top tier murder mysteries. I think Rian Johnson has something really special in store for this movie. So number 2 on my list is Knives Out.
Colton, what's number 2 on your list?
Well, as a proud fan of Star Wars The Last Jedi, I am, of course, looking forward to seeing what happens next in the franchise. So number 2 on my list is Star Wars Episode 9. As you all know, I love Star Wars, even when they sometimes screw up Attack of the Clones. But anyway, I liked how The Last Jedi ended. It feels like things aren't going to be quite so predictable. We're going into this movie, going into Episode 9. It probably would have been number 1 on my list, except I'm kind of worried that J.J. Abrams might take the easy way out regarding fan backlash towards The Last Jedi or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I have loved what we've gotten from this trilogy so far, so I'm interested in seeing where they close it out. Like that final shot where Rey and Kylo Ren are still sort of connected, but she closes the door on him and everything. I'm curious to see how their relationship, where it's going to, what its payoff's going to be. So number 2 on my list is Star Wars Episode 9.
If 90% of the movie consists of Luke, Rey, and Kylo Ren, Episode 9 is going to be a thrill. It's going to be an amazing movie. Jack, number 2 on your list is
Spider-Man: Far From Home. I love Spider-Man. I loved Homecoming. I love Tom Holland's Spider-Man. We're getting some MCU people returning. Nick Fury and Maria Hill are coming back. We're getting Mysterio, which is a freaking crazy villain. And he's going to have his ridiculous helmet, which I can't wait to see on the big screen, and I will freaking lose it. And there's rumors that Michael Keaton's Vulture will also return.
Don't overuse them too much before we get to the Sinister Six, please, because you all know that's coming. Matt, number 2 on your list is?
My number 2 is going to be Avengers Endgame. Any other year, this would probably be my most anticipated movie of the year. We don't know much about the movie, which I love. I don't want to know much going into the movie. We got a little bit of a taste of what we're going to see. It does seem like, with this trailer in a way, it kind of feels like we have a potential send-off for Robert Downey Jr. He recently said he is not extending his contract. But that opening scene in the trailer was very powerful. It hits you in the feels. It gets you ready for what is about to happen. And, I mean, who knows where this could go? I mean, Thanos could literally be in it for 5 minutes, be dead, and then a new villain could approach, and that's the main villain. The whole cast could be recasted in the movie. I mean, with all the time travel that could happen. I mean, we really don't know. So, that's my number 2.
I think they'd get too much backlash if something like that would happen, but we'll see. Mike, number 2 on your list is?
The next one for me is The Lion King. That trailer blew me away, but I've been excited from this ever since I saw the footage from D23 a couple years ago. So, Jon Favreau, he's done fantastic work so far. I love the Jungle Book, and I had no reason to doubt that he would do anything less than wonderful with Lion King. So I can't wait for it.
All right, number 2 on my list. I mean, this should go without saying. Captain Marvel. The only real concern I have with this is that Brie Larson seems so serious in this role, and that's not really what the Marvel films are known for. Like, even in the most serious of moments, there's some semblance of like a lighthearted bit, and I'm not getting that from her. But maybe that's just part of like her. Maybe that's just part of her coping mechanism with everything she's going through. We'll see what happens. But I mean, yeah, it's Captain Marvel. It's Marvel Studios. There's no way they can fuck this up. Marvel has forgotten how to fail. All right. All right, number 1, Chris. Here we go.
Okay, number 1, a tie. Yes, because I could.
Another tie.
Really?
I'm not even gonna let you do this, Colton. I'm skipping right to you. What's number 1 on your list?
Number 1 on my list is the Lego Movie 2.
Oh.
Okay, I was a big fan of the original Lego Movie. I loved its creativity. I loved how they managed to, even though they were shamelessly playing to our childhood nostalgia, they did it the right way. And so I can't wait to see what they do with this movie. I mean, I love how one thing I was missing from the Lego Ninjago movie and the Lego Batman movie was how it was visiting the different worlds and other play sets. So I love how that's coming back for this film. And I love how they actually had some fun about poking fun at some of Chris Pratt's like previous roles when Emmett meets the that space hero or whatever, who also decides to train raptors and everything. That was like a good like poking fun at his role in the Jurassic World films. And I can't wait to see just how creative this movie gets. That's one thing I love about animation is just that the various ways they can just get really, really creative in ways live action films aren't always able to. Like I said, it's more catchy in our childhood nostalgia, but I can't wait to love every second of it. So number 1 on my list is the Lego Movie 2.
All right, Chris, what's your number 1?
Can I not compromise? I promise you.
No.
I promise to be quick.
Get one.
Flip a coin if you have to.
Yeah, tie. Like I said, I promise to be quick.
You have 10 seconds. Go.
Shut up. My number 1, tied at number 1. Star Wars Episode 9 and Avengers Endgame. Yes, I couldn't choose. I mean, because I'm looking forward to these movies, both equally. Avengers, culmination of 10 years of storytelling, starting with Iron Man back in 2009. Oh my goodness, yes. The stakes are raised. Thanos defeated our heroes. Will they persevere? Will they defeat the Mad Titan? Yes, I'm very eager to see how this finale will play out. Oh my God, yeah. I'm hoping yes. Avengers Infinity War was really a gut punch. It was a well-made movie, just like the scope of it. I mean, and I'm hoping that, I expect no less from the Russo brothers when it comes to this movie. I hope they will deliver. Star Wars Episode 9, the final installment of the Skywalker saga. The final installment. I mean, I liked Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and if this one is equal to the first 2 or better, I mean, it's just for me. We'll close out an amazing trilogy. I want to see how this story of Rey and Finn will end. Will the Force will be defeated? Everything like that. Yeah. Of course, you got Mark Hamill back as Luke Skywalker, and of course Billy D. Williams, old smooth Lando Calrissian. Can't wait. I'm just really eager to see how JJ is going. Hopefully, he'll close out the trilogy in top fashion. So number 1 on my list, tied at first place, Star Wars Episode 9 and Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, this is why I'm doing chronological order.
Okay.
All right, Jack, what's number 1 on your list?
My number 1 is Avengers Endgame. It's obvious. What else?
Yeah. What else, indeed?
I mean, we got the culmination of like 10 years. Avengers lost. We're getting Captain Marvel. What's going to happen? Quantum Realm, Captain Marvel, fighting, time travel, maybe. Who knows what could happen? And then the trailer was awesome.
What?
And I am going to be fucking pissed if we do not get Avengers Assemble in this movie.
Did you just say the trailer was awful?
Yeah, it's all right to have wrong opinions.
Matt, what's number 1 on your list?
All right, number 1 on my list.
I said the trailer was awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
you said it was
God.
awesome. Okay.
You're right.
Okay. Yeah, I think you
God.
can say that. Anyway, my number one. This year it's gonna be great. I can't wait to get some popcorn in here. Sit down. We're falling. I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall because that would be unfortunate. Here we go. That's gonna resemble the backlash I'm about to get. So my number one, I'm gonna sit down in the theater, see it like 5 times, eat some popcorn because I have it all right here. It's from work. It's not old. It's going to be Detective Pikachu. That's
Okay.
right. Detective Pikachu.
The only one who's gonna give you shit is Chris. This guy's an anime hater.
But not anime.
What?
I just hate Pokemon. Oh my god.
Man, what can I say?
So, I mean, he's the only one who's gonna hate that pick.
What can I say about this movie? The one thing I could say is that it's actually not my number one most anticipated. It's Star Wars Episode 9. That's actually my most anticipated movie of the year. Although Detective Pikachu is an honorable mention. I've loved The Force Awakens. I loved The Last Jedi even more. Rogue One, I think, is a pretty good movie with a great third act. Solo's awesome. I feel like with JJ, it's going to wrap everything up perfectly. It's going to tie in the original trilogy, this trilogy, and of course the prequel trilogy, which could be hard. But I feel like JJ's got it. He's never had to close out a story like he's going to have to in this one. And I have a feeling this could potentially set up new stories. Maybe we get that. Is it Benioff and Weiss? Is that their names? Game of Thrones guys could set up their trilogy in some way. It could set up Ryan Johnson's new trilogy, or it could set up Episode 10. I mean, who knows? But yeah, I mean, it needs to be December. Okay, let's just okay. We can go to April. Skip to April, but then let's skip to December.
At this point, all I want from Star Wars is an Obi-Wan movie. Can we get that, please? Or an R-rated Vader film. One of those two, I'll be happy. Mike, what's number one on your list?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, what's the next last one?
Yeah, it's closing out the year. It's Star Wars Episode 9. I mean, they have not made a bad Star Wars movie since 2008, in my opinion. Which was the Clone Wars, which had issues.
Technically, that wasn't really supposed to be a movie.
That was a theatrical movie. You can't deny it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait to see. Shut up. I can't wait to see how JJ finishes this out. I love where the story's been going. I can't wait to see the final confrontation between Rey and Kylo. It should be really awesome, and I can't wait to see what happens.
All right, my number one should be pretty obvious, so I won't go say too much. Instead, I'll real quick list off a couple honorable mentions. I also have Lion King, Joker, Terminator 6, and Sonic the Hedgehog. I think those could be some dark horse films that might prove to be interesting. But I mean, number one, it's obvious. It's Avengers Endgame. I mean, this is the grand finale, the culmination of 11 years, 10, 11 years of Marvel movies. 21, 22, it'll be 22 with this one. I mean, by God. Wow. I can't really say anything else, just like, come hell or high water, I'm seeing this movie. Nothing's going to stop me. And I'm hoping that we'll all be able to see it together. That's the only thing that's going to make this any better.
We'll see it together. Yeah.
All right, so guys, that's it. That is our last show of the year. This was a lot of fun. We went through it pretty quick for y'all, so want to thank everyone for being here in this episode. Chris, thanks for being here.
Yeah, like I said, it's a pleasure. Listen, I love doing this with you guys. I love doing this show. Always a pleasure. Colton, it was a pleasure.
It was great being here. I really enjoyed it. I was pretty surprised to hear Aladdin appear in a few lists. I might actually go see that one now after hearing some of your reasonings for why.
Seeing which one?
All right. Jack, thank you for being here.
It was great to be here. Avengers Assemble.
Indeed. Matt, we appreciate you making the time to be here.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It's always a blast when I'm here.
And Mike, as always, it was a pleasure and a privilege.
Yeah, great to be here. I also want to do just 2 quick honorable mentions: Dumbo and Men in Black International.
All right. And guys, I want to, on behalf of everyone who's made it today and everyone who couldn't make it today who's been a part of this, I want to thank everyone for another amazing year of Nerds Unite as One. We've had a lot of ups, a few downs, obviously with our main channel being blocked off to us. We're sort of using the side channel, but we've made do with it. I know we've had a few months, a lot, where we've had to, had no shows just because of life getting in the way. But overall, yeah, this has been an amazing year, and we can't wait to. We're looking forward to another great one in 2019. I'm sure it will be an amazing year, and hope with new reviews, new episode topics, maybe some new faces joining. So we'll see, and we'll see you in 2019, guys. On behalf of everyone here, I wish you and yours a very safe and happy New Year's Eve, and let's welcome in 2019. All right, guys, we'll see you in 2019. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.